Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
All right. We are live. Voices shot. As you can imagine, that Cowboys game got me. Guys, I am back in the studio in San Antonio, Texas. Had a fantastic time in Dallas. That Dallas Cardinals game was stupendous. I am your host, Ernest Silva, all alone on the stream, talking to you all. Excited for Week 18 Pick'em as well as a Cowboys Nation giveaway. That's right. We have a giveaway tonight. So all you Dallas Cowboys fans, hang tight. You have a chance to win a signed Jordan Lewis helmet or a signed Drew Pearson helmet. Find out how in just a bit. But of course, the big story tonight, we are in second place officially. That's right. Second place behind Kenny Cotterell of the Shooter Shoot podcast. Very excited to be going into second place. We got to pick at least 5 games different than him today. And so we'll be going at it tonight. All right. So here's the lineup. I'm going to go over some of the giveaway options in just a second. And then talk about some of the huge hits and misses that we had on this show for the 2021 NFL season. Very excited to have you. Have in studio producer Rachel Gonzalez with me tonight, and she's going to be hanging out with us. And of course, the great Londo from afar is wishing his best. He's not with us as he's having some stuff to do. Kenny watching spiffy intro. I appreciate it, bud. I appreciate it. We got to pick 6 different picks. I want to make it interesting, so maybe we can collaborate on that. Before we jump into it, guys, you're not going crazy. That is not a glitch on your screen. No, it is not. That is right. That is one of our sponsors, Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy. Use that code BCMG today for 25% off. That's glitchenergy.com. Glitch with a Y. Glitchenergy.com. Use the code BCMG. Some of my favorite flavors from that place. I'm not a big energy drink guy, but a lot of people who have used it in my circle love some of those fantastic flavors. Shout out to Angela Mose or at Raining Raina. Definitely gave us some of those huge kudos last time she was on the show. All right, guys, let's talk about those big hits and misses of 2021. There were a lot. Okay, let's be honest. This was a weird year. But we'll start with the most obvious, and that's going to come out with one of my huge hits of the year. That's right. Justin Herbert is the number 1 dynasty quarterback. And if you are not paying attention this year, which I'd be very surprised, he's yours too. Man is top 5 in air yards, top 5 in completions, top 5 in yards, period. He is the guy you keep. He is the Mahomes of 5-6 years ago that you were saying keep an eye on. So Justin Herbert should be on your radar. Go trade for him. Go make that hit. We hit that this year. We had Herbert in almost every league except for one league that we got poached. Orlando Mendoza. That's right. I'm talking to you. You poached him. You know you did it. And so that's the truth of it. So if you had Justin Herbert and you followed along and you took that from me, that was one of your biggest home runs of the year. One that wasn't so big was Dak Prescott. That was our miss. Dak Prescott, I had him labeled as number 1 QB of the year. That did not pan out as well as I thought it was going to. Barring the injury, Dak had a pretty off last 5 weeks of the season. He had 1 really stellar week and then 4 really mediocre weeks, including last week. Very sad stuff. Dak Prescott in the future will still be ranked top 5, top 10 quarterback for me. But he's really got to figure out his stuff when he's not 100%. Neither are his numbers. He ranked QB 17 the last 6 weeks, not something to ride home with. And if you're in the playoffs, not something you really relied on. So definitely a huge caution flag. Reminds me a bit of the Saquon Barkley type of thing. If he's off, You're not going to be going with him, and that's just how it fell. But let's go back to the other side. A huge hit, which we love this name. That's right. Joe Mixon, top 10 running back. We tell you guys every year, Joe Mixon is that guy. And Cincinnati is young and proud, and they're going to be offensive heavy for a very long time. Mixon is a keeper. You keep him in all leagues until you see that just kind of taper off. That is your guy. And since they've committed to him, they committed to Burrow, they committed to Chase. Everybody else is indispensable. Maybe not T. Higgins. Maybe T. Higgins stays around. Everybody else is indispensable. Those are your guys. Just like Dallas has their guys, Cincinnati has their guys, and so Cincinnati Bengals are going to be around Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow for a very long. The Joes in Cincy, and we're going to see them make their run this postseason, and I'm excited to see them make that run. Here was my last huge miss, and again, I'll take it. This was me. Cole Kmet breakout season. I challenged a lot of Bears fans and a lot of people to go behind your tight end. I felt like he was the best tight end out of the 11 that they had. But I thought this was going to be the year. I thought he would break out. He had some flashes of brilliance, 785s here and there, 664s here and there, some touchdowns. And you're like, hey, the guy's a good substitute, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy yet. He could be next year. Maybe Fields makes that jump, but right now he's not the guy. And I thought it would be. So my bet on that, right? Red Rocket didn't pan out. They should have probably paid Foles, but we won't even go there. Bears fans don't want me to go there. But Cole Kmet did not have that breakout season. That's on me. That's my bad. Now, we have had some changes on the BCMG stream team, and we're getting that new video made. But if you have not seen this transition video, stick around, check it out. Stream team action coming at you next.
There's a guy right here. Did not get scared at all.
Nice.
Oh! Yo! Clip that! Clip that headshot! No! No! Fucking let's go! Yo, that guy in the heli, he was all the way across the map!
I think they've shut the door on these people.
I don't. Oh, that was my ace, bro!
Last player standing. Clutch.
Oh, damn.
I'm going, daddy.
Another handful down.
Tough battle.
Got him.
Beautiful.
Here's the stairwell right here. I think she went down it, dude. Oh my fuck! Get! That fucking got me.
This motherfucker's an idiot. I'm just. Oh. Fuck.
Finish him.
Darkness before dawn.
Did a lot of damage.
You. Oh, fuck off. F off. F off. No one likes you. You're ugly. You're ugly.
See?
Oh my! You just died? No, someone fucking walked into the room that I was in as I was about to walk out and scared the fuck. He yelled.
Oh my god. Oh my god! That flick!
Hey guys, we are back. That is right. Stream team video. I love it. In the comments as we were watching that, I just shot her ears must have been burning. That's right. Angela Mose was joining us. I just gave you a shout out, Angela, because I wanted you to know that people can go and check you out for not only Glitch Energy, but also your stream because you're back on. And so I was giving you that huge shout out. But thanks for the support, and I appreciate you tonight. Guys, BCMG stream team, we're having some fun this year. We got a huge event coming up in February. That's right. NugaCon is going to be happening in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Catch 5 of the BCMG stream team members on some of those panels, and check out me. I'm going to be there with them. ITL live in Chattanooga, February 18th. February 18th. That's a Friday. We'll be there all weekend from the 17th to the 20th, but February 18th specifically, we'll have some panels, and 19th. All right, guys. We're going to do what we came here to do best. That's right. We are going to do our Pick'em segment solo. Hey, just kidding. All right. So, some of you Cowboys fans may be tuning back in. Maybe you bookmarked this. Maybe you're going to come back. But I'll tell you right now, if you're tuning in, here's how you can get that Drew Pearson signed Dallas Cowboys helmet. All you have to do is guess the 2 Super Bowl teams. Sounds easy enough. You got 14 options. You got to get 2 of them right. All right. Guess the 2 Super Bowl teams. Comment. Send me a DM. Tag this. Retweet it with the 2 team names. All you have to do is pick the 2 correct Super Bowl teams wherever it's listed anywhere. I will find it. I'll put your entry in. You get 1 entry for your name. So maybe Kenny will do one from Kenny, one from Shoot or Shoot. I don't know what it is. Maybe the General Steve Rising do one from there and one from his old school Slightly Biased account. Who knows? But Drew Pearson signed Dallas Cowboys helmet. 2 Super Bowl teams. Who are the 2 teams going to make it? One out of the AFC, one out of the NFC, obviously. But let's dive right into it, into our Pick'em segment. That is right, our Pick'em segment. Brought to you by Glitch Energy. Use code BCMG for 25% off today. We're going to go to our Pick'em segment, and our first game is going to be brought to you in Denver, where those Denver Broncos on Saturday night are going to be facing those Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs 10.5-point favorites on the road. And so your immediate thought is, well, the Chiefs have already made their way into the playoffs. The Chiefs have already got their groove going, probably going to rest, right? Not so fast. The Kansas City Chiefs still have a chance to get that 1 seed with a Tennessee loss to the infamous Houston Texans, which we'll talk about in just a second. And the Denver Broncos are fighting to keep that seeding position, but also just got their groove going as well. Denver Broncos at home against the Chiefs. This will be an all-in battle, at least through 3 quarters. I'm going to have the Chiefs running away with this game. Denver's hard to beat at home. It's hard to get it, but I'm going to take the Chiefs to win and cover this game. And I am not adding this to the BCMG guarantee parlay. If anything, I'd take the Broncos in points if you're a smart betting person. So I'll take the Chiefs not to cover in this game. And luckily for Kenny, he gets to hear all my picks. But I'm going to go some sleepers out here and take us to our next game, which is Philadelphia. Those Philadelphia brotherly love Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. That's right, the Dallas Cowboys. 7-point favorites on the road. Going up against those Eagles who are fighting for a playoff spot or have a playoff spot and fighting to defend off teams like the Vikings and the Niners. All right. Here's how it goes, guys. Dallas had another crap week. We were there at the game. We were live to it, and you guys were listening to all of it. Some of you were hoping to get that Jordan Lewis signed helmet last week. You get other chances, all right? You put your score in tonight's comments area or in any DM sent over to add into the lab pod. You get a chance for the Jordan Lewis signed helmet again. Nobody won it. It's still sitting right here. Matter of fact, I can show it to you. It's sitting right here. And so you get another chance. Guess and predict the score for this week's game, Cowboys-Eagles. Dallas Cowboys will be without Micah Parsons, landed on the COVID list alongside 12 other Eagles playing time and starter minutes, including Dallas Goedert. So it's going to be a battle of a lot of backups and a lot of irregularities for both teams. Although the Eagles will be at home, I do think the Cowboys win this and stay perfect against the NFC East. I think 7 points is quite large. So if I'm the betting person, I am taking Dallas Cowboys to win this game and try to buy those points back. Dallas Cowboys minus 4.5. Put that on your ticket. That's a BCMG guarantee. Cowboys minus 4.5. We're not going to take the full 7. Dallas Cowboys win this game. If that's not an option, take Eagles plus 7 or that money line for the Dallas Cowboys. Going to roll with the Cowboys in this game. God knows that Kenny probably is too, so we might be 2 and 2 for 2 so far in this. Again, Kenny Cotero leads me by 5 games. I've got to pick 6 different games. So what are we going to do with that? Well, we're going to go to Baltimore. The Sunday noon game of my choice is the Baltimore Ravens. And boy, will they be facing off hopefully with Lamar Jackson against those rising Pittsburgh Steelers. Can we just give a huge round of applause? I mean, just a huge round of applause for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, just absolutely no reason to be in it this season. They've had injuries. Big Ben's looked like a shell of himself. It actually looks like Small Ben. Bad joke. I'm a dad. But look, the Pittsburgh Steelers just stay in games they shouldn't against great teams too. And so I'm going to say right now that the Steelers are going to be in this game. I'm not going to say it's going to be a fantastic game to watch. Might even for some be the snoozer of the week. But the Baltimore Ravens need the win, and they're going to get the win. The Baltimore Ravens will win this game and win it by more than 5 points. The Steelers' game of the season was last week. That's it. The high is gone. Pittsburgh's high is out the window. At this point, it's going to be Baltimore riding that wave, and Baltimore will win this game handedly by multiple scores. I don't think it's going to be close whatsoever. So I'm taking Baltimore to win this game. Hopefully, nobody's playing in a fantasy championship week. So I'm going to take Baltimore to win this game. And the infamous Coach Peanut has joined us. Coach Peanut, part of the BCMG stream team, twitch.tv/Coach Peanut. Never getting an applause for them from me. Well, I guess maybe I was just clapping myself by myself, but I'll take it. I am taking the Ravens to win. I'm gonna tell you to put that on your parlay. Ravens -5, Cowboys -4.5. We're just getting started, people. We have one in December. It's now January. We're due one in January. We're due one. Wrap that up. Let's go. BCMG Guarantee. That's right. All right. That takes us to our Sunday 3:30 game, and that is the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers getting healthy at the right time, looking very good in their last few games, and this is going to be a game that they absolutely need and want to keep that momentum and seed in the NFC. They do not want to be the 7 seed. So, with all that being said, the Los Angeles Rams are trying to find their click again. They've been off. They've been hot and cold. Then you have Cooper Kupp go off for, I don't know, let's just predict it now, 15, 150, and 2 against the Niners. It won't be enough. This will be my first pick. I think I differ from Kenny, and I'm going to take it. Niners money line to win this game. I'm not putting it on the guarantee. Probably smart bet is with the Rams, but I'm going to take 49ers to win, not win handedly, but grind out a win. Elijah Mitchell healthy, George Kittle healthy. Even if it's Trey Lance playing in this game, I think this is going to be a Niners game. And the Rams end up possibly the 5 seed. I don't know. This is going to be one for the ages. So this will be probably one of my featured games of the week coming later on my stream. So if you want to check that out, I have Niners winning this game, and they take a Coach Peanut to green. I can win one with Coach. There you go. Coach and I in agreement. That's 2-0. I'm still not going to ring that buzzer, and I'm not going to sound the alarm. I have to think that there's some logic out there. For fantasy implications, hopefully you don't have any, but hopefully you have a ton of Rams if you're playing in the finals in a Week 18, fantasy matchup. But yeah, I am taking the Niners in the upset. Hopefully my first differ pick from Kenny. But let's take it over to Sin City. Raiders versus Chargers. The final game of the NFL season is upon us. Sunday night in Sin City. The Chargers 3-point favorites on the road. A possible differ pick and maybe the deciding game between Kenny Cotterell and Ernest Silva and possibly Dre Rogers. Dre Rogers only a game behind me. Guys, this is going to be a great game. I don't care how any way you slice it. This is going to be a game where a lot of passion and emotion coming off the John Madden victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr definitely deserves some sort of lead your team through adversity award. I wish they had that. Somebody comment if there is an award like that. He deserves it. And the Los Angeles Chargers are like the Jekyll and Hyde of the NFL. Chargers going to win this game. And it's going to be a good game. I'm going to take the Chargers and the points to win. I think Chargers win by more than 3. Play your Chargers if you're in a fantasy matchup. But Justin Herbert, I've already claimed my love for him. He's my keeper quarterback. That's the guy to own. He's the guy that should be owned in most leagues. He's the guy that you pick up and you ride out to the sunset. I mean, this is the love of your life other than Patrick Mahomes. So Justin Herbert will lead the Chargers in this game. Austin Eckler's healthy. Keenan Allen's healthy. Mike Williams is healthy. The defense is finally healthy. Chargers should get a momentum win, and it should be something that's worth watching as they ride into the playoffs and try to make a run. I think the Chargers and Bengals for the AFC are the most intriguing teams of the AFC. Unpredictable. They've got those punches chance against teams like the Titans and the Chiefs, established AFC teams. So I'm excited to see what these new and upcoming teams do, and the Chargers do it with a statement win in Las Vegas to end the NFL season. Big primetime pick there. Kenny, please choose the Raiders, and let's go head-to-head on this one. All right, guys, that takes us to fire round picks, and if you didn't know it, this episode tonight is being featured and idolized by, that's right, Glitch Energy, making another appearance on tonight's episode. Glitch Energy, that's glitch with a Y, energy.com. Use code BCMG today for 25% off. Coach Pina says Chargers win in a shootout. We are sinking tonight, Coach. We're sinking tonight. I'm going to feel that vibe. We're going to continue with that as we go into fire round picks. And unlike my colleagues who are usually on the show, the other sports scientists, we're going to do it fire round style. I'm just going to choose the winner of each one, maybe do some insights on some intriguing matchups. But let's start off with what should be a very decisive game. Minnesota Vikings at home versus the Chicago Bears. I'm going to run Vikings with this pick. I'm not going to go crazy and go with the Bears pick tonight. Vikings win this game. They need the win to keep the seeding. Go forth and try to break that NFC mold. I'm going to take the Viking. Kirk Cousins should be back. The Bears are still a trash team. They're good, but they're not great. And even saying good, people are probably going to hate me on that. They have potential. It's just not this year. Vikings win this game handedly. Coach Pina doesn't agree. Coach Pina says Bears win. Coach Pina, I hope you're right. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think the Vikings take care of business. Texans and Titans. Okay. I am very split on this. The Texans have been playing decent football, but they should not be winning. This is a time to tank. I mean, go look at the Rockets. Go follow that mold. Stop it. The Titans, though, have a lot of scrutiny. The Titans are a team who have been told you need to pass more. They get Derrick Henry back. It's going to be a lot of Titan fever. I'm going to take the Titans to win this game, but do not cover for any spread lines out there. I don't think that's a thing. I think Texans keep it close. It's an AFC South matchup. I think the Texans make it interesting. They may even be leading at one point. So I'm going to ride Tennessee to win this game, which is all fire round is winning. And we're getting an alert right now. So give me 1 second as I have breaking news coming from the NFL. And let's just dive over to that game. It's actually next. Browns versus Bengals, and Coach is probably going to appreciate this. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield will have surgery to repair his torn labrum on his left side, so he will not be playing in this final game. So no Baker Mayfield for this game. Cincinnati Bengals don't necessarily need the win, but they will play starters for a half. And Joe Mixon. I believe there was some COVID news out of Cincinnati, but I think we have clearance. So I'm taking the Bengals to win this game. I'm not going to have a split decision there. Coach Phoenix says Titans. I'm with you there. Browns, and he'll be there. Coach, you have another update. Okay, so Joe Mixon is out with COVID. So Joe, we do have that update. But Coach Peanut, if you have an update other than Baker Mayfield getting surgery, are you riding Case Keenum to victory this Sunday? Let me know in the comments if you are. Let's move on. I've got an interesting one for you guys. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. And the reason why this is interesting is because the Colts need the win. First off, if they want to try to get any sort of luck that the Titans lose, they need the win. The crazy part about this is that they haven't beaten the Jaguars in Jacksonville in 8 years. Think about that for a second. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 1 in London, 7 at home, are 8-0 against the Indianapolis Colts. So the betting odds probably should favor the Jags, but there's such a dumpster fire of a franchise. The Colts are like 15-point favorites. So I would definitely take Jags in the points this weekend if you're a betting man or a betting woman. But the Colts will win this game. They will break that losing streak in Jacksonville and win this game. I just don't think it's going to be by a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of stacked things against it. That you find any sort of momentum for any sort of team like that. I just think there's some fire there. There'd be some points. Back to the Browns matchup. It says he's a Baker fan, but I'm fine with Case. I'm not even a Bakers fan, and I'm fantastic with Case. The Houston product should definitely be the starter there. But I do like Baker Mayfield for you guys. I think he's your long-term option. You and I have talked about that. All right. Here's a fun one, okay? Lions, Packers in a divisional matchup, and I'm going to do something crazy. Lions are winning this game. I do not think Aaron Rodgers plays this game. And even if he does, I do not think he's passing a lot. And I think the Lions leave the season with the W. And I think this is the third difference pick between Kenny and I. I think he's going to go Green Bay, and I'm going to take Detroit. So I'm taking the Detroit Lions to win this game. The sun god, to quote Adam Fish. Amon-Ra St. Brown has himself a game. Josh Reynolds has himself a game. DeAndre Swift finishes off the season with a game. Detroit rolls and wins 28-25 in what is going to be their Super Bowl for the year. Lions win this game. That's my pick. All right. Keeping it going. New York Giants versus the Washington Nameless. This is probably the snoozer of the week, even though it's a divisional game. I don't know why you're watching this. Saquon's playing, so that's fun. You have Taylor Heineke, a great story, but that's been kind of overrun now. Bad defenses. I tossed a coin. I'm gonna guess, and I'm gonna probably guess right, that Kenny's picking the Washington football team. So I am now intrigued to pick the Giants in this game at home, but they're terrible. So I'm not going to lean with this one. I'm not going to stray from the path. I'm going to take Washington football team to win this game also. But boy, did I have really wanted to take the Giants in this one, the G-Men. Hopefully it's a fun game to watch. Coach Peanut says the Washington Red Hogs. Probably. Hold on, BCMG in the comments section, our main mothership sponsor, BCMG. Interesting fact, if the Jags win, the Chargers and Raiders could kneel every down as they would both make the playoffs. That is wild. That's a fun fact. Boy, would that be interesting if the Jags won that and we just saw nothing but running plays and they both had an agreement not to score. Like, that would knock Pittsburgh out. Pittsburgh needs them not to tie. So that's such an interesting dilemma there. And Big Andrew coming in there saying, hey, it's me, by the way. I love that, man. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Sorry I couldn't have you on the show for the last week. That's very interesting, though. And that's actually kind of funny. I hope it happens. Wouldn't that be awesome if we saw that? Like, that strategy all around is that NFL franchises working. Hey, man, I'll just toss you over a couple mil on the next player deal. Yeah, man, just kneel the ball. Cool. All right, cool. Let's go to the game. We think the General is probably going to be watching to see the Jets pull the upset off. The Buffalo Bills go up against the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills, huge favorites in this game. I believe it was like 16 points. Riding the Bills out into the sunset. Not going to talk too much about this game. There should be no fantasy finals, but if there are, you're playing all the Bills. You're playing Michael Carter from the Jets. Probably going to get some garbage time points from Zach Wilson, some of the receivers. Play them all. I mean, there's going to be points. It's probably going to be something like 35-24, and there's your game. So play your starters. Okay, AFC South match. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, AFC South matchup that's going to be very intriguing between the NFC South. What am I saying? The Buccaneers and the Panthers. We get to see a couple guys go at it. Some old home folks there, and they just met a couple weeks ago. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have gotten rid of Antonio Brown. I mean, mid-game. Saw him courtside at an NBA game, and now there's probably going to be a TV show about it. So I'm intrigued by the Antonio Brown show. Not intrigued with the Buccaneers since he's left, and not intrigued after the injuries. Mike Evans looked a little bit more like himself. Gronk still looks a little bit clumsy with the hands. And you have Tom Brady, who's starting to look his age when he doesn't have the talent around him. Hopefully, Leonard Fournette coming back for the playoffs would help him look a little bit more himself. But we need to see that Tom Brady come back. If the Bucs want to beat teams like the Packers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Cardinals, they're going to need to be at full strength. And you're not going to lean on Tom's arm to do it. You're going to lean on coaching and clock management and whatever you can get out of Tom. Even if it's 252-1 or 252-0, that's not enough to beat those teams. You're going to need more. So let's see what the Buccaneers do. And I know, Coach, technically he's still on the team, but I mean, verbally he's not. And I know I am in a league that has a Week 18 finals. I'm not in that finals. I'm in the third place, but I'm still looking at who's playing this weekend. It's kind of nuts. I'm not a fan of that. But shout out to the bowler, Del Powell, for having that league and sponsoring it all. That's fantastic. Really excited for that league. First year. All right. Last 3 games, guys. You've been with me for half an hour. Let's bite right through the rest of it. Let's go to one of my upset picks. The Miami Dolphins go up against the New England Patriots. And what everybody would probably be saying, Ernest, duh, the Patriots. But Kenny does not like the Patriots, and he doesn't pick the Patriots. We are going to differ. He will go Miami. I am going New England for this game, in a game where I think Bill Belichick is saying, guys, this is our number 1 playoff game. We're starting off now. All downhill. We are going full speed. Do not look back. Destroy them. And that is going to be Bill Belichick. And I think the Dolphins are going to be the first victims of the Belichick run. If there is a Patriots run, this is the first victim, and it starts with Miami. I believe Miami will play a very good game. They have a very stout defense. I think it's a great AFC divisional matchup. Going to roll with the Patriots. I believe Kenny will roll with the Dolphins, but we shall see. We shall see. He's been quiet in tonight's comments section, so we shall see. All right, this takes me to another pick I think Kenny and I will differ on. That is right. The Atlanta Falcons playing at home against those New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys. I have the Falcons winning this one. I believe this is Matty Ice's final game as a Falcon. I think this is the game he goes out on. I think the Falcons score points. I think the Saints score points. I don't think there's going to be a ton of defense in this game. I think Cordero Patterson will get his encore send-off. I think he grabs a couple of touchdowns for you daily fantasy players. And I think Matt Ryan has himself a Matty Ice game. I think the Falcons pull this upset off. I think the Saints will have a lot of questions going into the offseason, including where's the future at? Is it really Jameis? We were 5-0. Maybe we just ride that into the sunset. I'm not sure. But Falcons win this game. I think Kenny picks New Orleans. That's why I'm running that way with this game. All right. This takes us to our final game of the week. And that is right. That is going to be the Seahawks against the Cardinals in a game that has a lot of implications for both teams. The Arizona Cardinals are 7-point favorites in that game. And we don't have a banner for that tonight. But the Arizona Cardinals against Seattle Seahawks is going to be a great game to watch. I just think from 2 divisional foes, but I don't think it's going to be a fun one to watch for people looking for a competitive game. It's going to be more of a nostalgic, hey, head-to-head game. I'm taking Arizona to win this game. I got to see Arizona up front. Falcons for Coach Peanut. I love that. I'm with you on that. I got to see the Arizona Cardinals up front. You know, even without James Conner and without DeAndre Hopkins, that's a good football team. Especially when you have 3 other players on the field, 4 other players on the field dressed in pinstripes. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go into the ref conversation. But the Arizona Cardinals are a good football team. Kyler Murray is the real deal. I do like the way Cliff Kingsbury coaches a game. I was watching the Cowboys up close, right? What was happening on the field. And, you know, he coached the hell out of that stadium. For 3 quarters, it was quiet. There were some loud pieces, but he coached the hell out of that game. So huge kudos to the Arizona Cardinals. I really trust Cliff Kingsbury with this team. But can the pieces stay healthy? Can the team stay healthy? And when the momentum is not on their side, how does he coach out of that hole? And I'd like to see what they do with that in the playoffs. We'll have to see if the Cardinals and Cowboys are on the same tier. If they are both in the upper echelon. I think they need to have that face off. I do think the Cardinals win. I don't think they win handedly. I do think they're going to win in a divisional matchup without their main pieces. I think they win by probably a cool 3 or 4. So I'm taking Arizona to win this, but not cover. I'm not going to do any guarantee on that. But guys, wow. We kept the show around 30 minutes. I'm absolutely stunned. Tonight's episode, the final episode of the NFL season, transitions to the NFL playoffs, NFL playoff episodes, then turn into the Super Bowl episode that we cover, and then we go right into NBA action. Welcome to the new year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy New Year to everybody celebrating. I greatly appreciate you guys being a part of Into the Lab with our sports scientists and all of our giveaways. Do not forget, comment on this video, comment on any video, comment on any post, DM to add Into the Lab Pod on Twitter or Into the Lab Podcast on Facebook. Guess the 2 teams going to the Super Bowl. Guess the 2 teams going to the Super Bowl before the playoffs start. You get a chance to get a Drew Pearson signed Dallas Cowboys helmet. And if you want a chance at that Jordan Lewis signed helmet, guess the score for this weekend's Eagles-Cowboys game in the same fashion. And your name gets entered for a chance to win a Jordan Lewis signed helmet. Again, guys, I am Ernest Silva. At Into Lab Pod is where you can find me. Second place, hoping I got 6 scores different than Kenny and hoping to come away with that ring at the end of the season. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Have a great night.